All right, hey,
Of course.
so say, man, I appreciate y'all coming through, man. This is another episode, Hollywood Hagen. This is really, bro. This is an opportunity for me to tap into, you know what I mean? Talent, whether you're a hip hop artist, singer, songwriter, comedian, entertainment, like young entrepreneur, man, whatever it is that you're doing, and like, I just want to put on. You know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of stuff is either underlooked or underappreciated. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to build this platform to bring people on to, tell their story in a way where like, the fans are like, okay, it's more than just him just jumping on the track. It's more than him just like, turning up at the show, like whatever the case is. I just want to dive more into like, your story and everything like that. So again, fellas, I appreciate you guys coming on. The Cleveland's finest. We got Kisama.
Kasama.
Kasama. I'm gonna get that right. I don't watch enough anime.
It's okay.
I got to get to it. Dragon Ball Z is about the only thing I know from anime. So,
hey, as long as you like the music, I don't care about the name.
And then we got HIGHnDEAF, Johnny, aka HIGHnDEAF. I like the name though. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Always.
Okay. Hey, so let's talk about it, bro. So obviously you guys are childhood friends, or it's back as far back as 10 years. Best friends.
Mm-hmm.
Ace Coon Boons is what they say. My ace. I love that, bro. It's always good. It's always good to that's one of the first things that I saw about what you were doing, that you keep your brothers tight and you work with your brother, and like I think that's kind of like a irreplaceable kind of feeling, you know what I'm saying? In the sense that like, yo, like he's got my back, I got his back, and we're on the same wavelength. So that's dope, first and foremost. Yeah. Now, are y'all both from Cleveland?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Born and raised, man.
So let's talk about it.
I lived in Cleveland, like the west side of Cleveland, and then ended up moving to the suburbs where I met Nick when I was 15.
Okay.
So me not like fitting in with the suburb kids because of where I came from and stuff. I dressed differently and everything. He was just, I don't know. I walked up to him one day in social studies, and we just kicked it from there.
Vibe, huh?
He had his own little vibe and stuff.
So so when y'all linked up, this was just like a casual link up. Like you was just like, yo, like, what's up? Like, and then y'all just linked up that way. It wasn't even music yet.
No, it wasn't music at first. We didn't start doing music until we were about 18. Okay. Maybe 17. I know around that time. He didn't even have the style that he has now back in the day. Man.
You put him on?
Yeah. I wouldn't say I put him on. I would like to think that I influenced him in the right direction.
Sure.
We both complement each other. So in ways that he was one of those intellectual guys that he had the book smarts and stuff, and then I came with the street stuff, and then we eventually.
That sounds like a true collab, bro. Hey, did you hear his reaction though? He said, hey, he didn't had a drip. Hey, he was like, sure, sure.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a vibe though. I mean, bro, we got to start somewhere though, man. And it's about being humble, bro, and knowing. That's why I always want to know, like, how did it all start? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like that's when we're the most vulnerable, and that's what kind of keeps us humbled and grounded. You know what I'm saying? So to come from that and where you at now, and then it's dope, right? To just like think about like, yo, I'm sure y'all have conversations all the time, like, yo, like, you remember when we was 15 and you rolled up on me? I had my tie-dye shirt on with my with my ball.
Back in the day, me would be crazy. Both of us back in the day, it would be crazy to see the transformation. Just
crazy. So tell me about how did the whole music thing start off? Like, I mean, I was reading up on some stuff. Yeah, I used to do like the little high school ciphers and all that everybody used to do. Like, how did that even come about? Like, did it start before, like as a child? Did you guys have like, family that was musically gifted or like?
I have the worst genetics known to humankind. So honestly, when I found music, I was like, finally something. But what had happened was I always had a passion for writing and poetry. When I was in third grade, I got like a phenomenal poet certificate because since third grade, that's all I've known. But it didn't turn into music. It didn't turn into actual poetry until I started listening to The Doors, and I was inspired by Jim Morrison. With that being said, when I met Johnny, him and I, we ciphered and we rap battled each other, and we did it at the lunch table, and it became something so fun. And then it just turned into competition. And I remember we went upstairs and recorded to a 2 Chainz beat. Big Booty Ho, that's what it was. And I played the shit in my Toyota Corolla. And like after we recorded that first song, I was like, I didn't know it would come this far, but that's when I first felt the feeling of this is.
So this was a whole record. Like y'all laid this down. Y'all did the mix and master on the vocals. Like it was a whole thing.
Yeah, on my Mac, I had a Mac desktop that I used to just mess around with GarageBand and stuff, and
so that's how that came about. Okay, that's fire. Okay, so you the poet now. HIGHnDEAF, what's your story? Where's the vibe of like the musically like where'd that come from?
I like to think that I got my music taste from my dad. He introduced hip hop into my life, so. I grew up listening to like old school Ice Cube, Method Man, Third Street, Public Enemy, all that, Wu-Tang Clan. Method Man is one of my favorite. I'm more of a lyricist rapper, so I like to listen to stuff which is why I got that West Coast vibes. I like Kendrick. I like.
Let's go. Represent LA. That's the city.
I don't only just listen to rap. I like all kinds of music. It just depends on the mood. So I'll listen to rock, alternative stuff. Okay. Frank Sinatra. You know, me and Nick used to roll down in the suburbs and just bump Frank Sinatra while we're just cruising.
I don't think I've ever heard anybody bumping Frank Sinatra. If I heard anybody bumping Frank Sinatra rolling down the street, I'd be like, okay, I see.
Max volume too. Max volume.
Oh, so you was a fan.
Oh yeah, always. Yeah. I like to think that actually helped me have a more diverse look on music. Now I don't get to see it from just one side like rap or hip hop. I get to see it from all perspectives. I liked music for that reason. It kind of gives me a place to go to, clear my mind and stuff.
Okay, hey, that's fire, bro. I love that, bro. Thanks for sharing that story. I mean, cause that's another thing too. I feel like, you know, when it comes to like rappers, especially rappers, they're kind of one dimensional in like one direction. Like they feel like they can only listen to one sort of music, or they feel like they can only learn and like, you know, push their craft with one type of sound. So I feel the most talented people in the industry are the ones who touch on different demographics of sound, bro. So like I appreciate that 100%. So like if I was in the game doing the same thing, I'd be on the same operation, bro. Kudos to you on that, bro. So let's talk about growing up in Cleveland. Hey, what was 2016 like, bro? What was it like winning the chip? Were y'all in Cleveland at the time or no?
Oh yeah, of course.
That was crazy, man.
I
have videos of that. I was for the city of Cleveland. We had such a drought when it comes to sports with losses with the Browns, the Cavs. Yeah. You know, when we finally won, we came back from that deficit. It was like I remember because I was with a few friends. I was downtown and just everybody was coming together. The streets were flooded, just packed like sardine cans, and it was crazy. Like people were just going berserk, and nobody. You know, the crazy part is there was nobody that got injured, nobody that got hurt. We were all just happy that it brought the city together. It was something that I had never experienced before, and it was super
Yeah. So that was 2016. So y'all took out Golden State in Game 7 series, which I thought was crazy. Kyrie went off. So y'all got that right, and then I see you with the Cleveland Indians jersey on right now. So
bring it up.
a couple months later, y'all go into the World Series against the Cubs. First appearance since 1997.
Yeah, man.
And that was
How you
it.
feel about that? I know it's a bittersweet like loss, but like
It
how
was,
dope was that experience?
we were
It's
excited.
we was I excited? Yes. Was it expected? Yes.
Yeah.
I think the most exciting part of that was there was a YouTube video that went viral on like in Cleveland
Okay.
of some Cubs fan getting laid out by a dude.
Mm.
And I got to see that live, and I thought that was pretty cool.
She was like, "Yo, we out here.
Oh my God.
We took an L, but not a complete
No,
L."
it was pretty cool. Charlie
Nah.
Sheen came out to the city and stuff and kicked it, and they had a big old party out there and stuff.
Who came out?
Charlie Sheen.
It's that
Oh,
movie
okay.
he was in.
Yeah, just because that movie, yeah, I forget what the fuck was that called.
It's on Netflix, actually.
Major League, ain't it?
Hey,
Yeah, I
Charlie,
think it's Major League.
Charlie Sheen got so many movies. It's hard to keep up.
Yeah.
That's Charlie Sheen. Shout outs to Charlie Sheen.
Alright.
Shout out
I'm gonna
to
get
Charlie
him. I'm gonna get him on
Whatever.
the show next.
Whatever he's doing, man.
Hell yeah. That'd be sick.
Pull up. That's fire. Hey man, so hey, I want to get into I kind of want I got a couple of little segments put together. So I think this one's actually kind of dope. I'll just jump into this one real quick. It's pretty much what I do is it's called explain that post, right? So what I did was I think this is a kind of way to kind of break the ice and kind of dive into some stuff real quick. Now I'm gonna start. Yeah. We just need a little more context. You feel me?
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, got it.
Hey, so I'm gonna start with you, Kiss. We gon' let me see. I got a whole little collection, bruh. And high def, I got you too, though. You ain't left out.
Hey,
You are not left out. Trust me.
Hilarious.
plenty of stuff out there for me.
Hold on. Damn, I gotta get better at this, bro.
It's all right. Take your time.
I promise you I'm gonna get better at this.
Hey, you gotta start. You get there.
Yeah, let me see. All right, so we're gonna start. Damn, the collections. That's what it is. Okay, cool. Boom. All right, here we go. All right. So first off, it ain't okay. So this one ain't bad. This is just to kind of like for the people that don't know. So November 8th, 2019. This was a post from you, Kissama. So you was in the Army. You served.
Well, I'm currently in the Air Force.
You're currently in the Air Force, so you're still serving.
Yes.
Let's go. So trying to make a conscious effort to focus more on the creation of music rather than promotion of it via social and IG. So you're currently in the Air Force.
Yep.
You're pursuing music. So how many years have you served so far? How many years have you served?
It'll be 6 years in July.
Wow. So you're over the hump of the 4-year mark then.
Yeah, I signed up for 6, and I was in Montana for 4.5 years, and then they gave me orders to Tucson, and I had to extend a year in the military to come here. So I was like, I'm not finishing my time off in boo-boo ass Montana. So
Montana, hey, bro, Montana.
So I came here. No.
Hey, it's nice and green
depressing.
out there. He said,
yeah, for 2 months, and then it's Arctic, wasteland.
Hey, what city's out there? Like it's like literally in between the mountains. What city is that?
So I was in Great Falls, Montana. There's
Great.
Missoula, Billings, Kalispell,
Billings. Billings.
Yeah, Bozeman.
It's like there's a mountain, and you got to go around the mountain to get to Billings, and you got to go around another mountain to get out.
I went to Billings multiple times. Like
that's crazy.
It's crazy.
Okay, yeah. So tell me what that experience is like, man. Like, how did you even get into the Air Force? First of all, like how did that even come about 6 years ago?
So I was about 19, about to be 20 years old. I was just kind of heading down the wrong path. I ended up getting out of my house. My mom ended up kicking me out, and I was living with my one best friend currently at the time. And then when stuff didn't work out with him, I moved in with my grandparents because they were the only people that would take me in.
Okay.
And my grandfather is the one who really kind of set me on the right path. He's like, you can go to college. I had sons that were in the military. I really think you'd benefit from it. So long and short of it is he really influenced me to join the military. And I had done some pretty juvenile stuff, that kind of hurt my mom. So I wanted to show her that she didn't fail as a mother, and I wanted to right my wrongs, if you will, show her she's a good mom. So
that's dope. What I wanted. So that's how that came about. And then the music just was always there. So like that's always gonna be a push. That's fire, bro. Appreciate that. Hey, shout out to all the ones that serve, man. I know a lot of them myself, and much respect all the way through.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Hey, so that's that one. So we gonna get to HIGHnDEAF. This dude is kind of on the wild side, to say the least. I messed with it though. It's fire. Hey, so look, so we gonna get into this one. So this one is February 24th, 2019. My guy had a Houston Rockets jersey on with a Cleveland fitted. And it looked like he might have had another jersey underneath this joint.
Oh man!
Obviously, he was young. He had it looked like he had the braces, and then he was just.
Oh no!
And then he was mean mugging something crazy. He said, "Oh, me would have stole your for sure."
Oh yeah.
I know a picture that is ugly.
I think that was Easter. That was back in the day. That was Easter.
Yo, hey, you had that look where nobody could mess with you.
Hey, I wasn't tough back then. I was frail.
Hey, but I'm ready face.
Oh yeah, no, I don't know. I was going through that phase where I was that kid where I was just like, leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah, I could see that. So, hey, was you rapping here or no?
Actually, to be honest, I've always rapped since I was around that age. The kids around, I live in the house that I used to live back in when I was younger, and the kids and me around the neighborhood would just all get together and write stuff and try and spit it to this is when Mike Jones was out, Paul Wall, we were over there doing stuff, and I used to have my bike with speakers on it and a little CD player taped to the handlebars. I used to ride down the street just rapping on my bike.
That's hard. Hey, where'd you get that inspiration from, bro? It had to be a movie. What movie was it?
What was the first movie that I
It was either a movie or a music video. I forget which one, where they had the boom box on the front of the handlebars.
It was a movie. I can't put my name or put my thumb on it, but I know I did see it somewhere, and I was like, I'm gonna do the same stuff.
It's definitely retro. It's definitely retro. We'll leave it at that. Hey, that's fire, bro. I appreciate that post. Hey, so this one, I'm gonna go back to you, my guy. So I'm just gonna alternate. I'm just go back and forth. So this one right here, this one is actually fire, right? So this is actually one y'all both can tune into. This is March 28th. Titled, I've known and been a best friend with this guy in this pick for over 10 years now. We started making music together for fun, doing ciphers, rap battles, and other infamous car freestyles, which is now a tradition of ours. Okay. Now knowing it would be knowing it would be here, not knowing that we would be where we're at now, people laughed at us, poked at us, called us corny, whack, and never made anything of ourselves. Johnny and I were never phased or discouraged. I won't go through the whole thing, but I mean, you get the vibe, right? So let's talk about that, man. It's just kind of like we spoke on it a little bit about how it all started. And, I feel like this picture right here speaks a million words without even looking at the title or the caption. So what does it mean to y'all to be together now and talk about where you're at now and kind of that whole process and what's next, really?
Shit. Hey, I mean, Johnny and I, we did the music, and I don't know, we kind of just put it out there, not really having a particular how are the people gonna react in mind, we just kind of put it out. And when we first started getting hate for it, we found it funny. But I mean, me personally, it lit a fire under me because it pissed me off. Like it was like, you know, like what are you doing with yourself? And you're gonna sit here, you
Facts.
have the audacity to critique me and Johnny for having
Man.
fun. And
Yeah.
you know, people they get this persona online because there's a screen blocking, you know, there's a screen blocking them, protecting them, so they could have free will to say whatever they want. So kids would be super mean to us. It's super mean to me. People would laugh at me, you know, they'll check out this fire and trash signs with fire emoji,
Disrespectful.
you know? Disrespectful, but it lit something in me, and I thanked them for it because it pissed me off, something fierce, and I was like, all right, and I had this will and drive to continue to get better and better and better. And John shared the same drive as me, you know, with music. He put me onto it. He was just as, you know, salty too. So and to where it is now, it's just like I said, just a consistent effort, that consistent drive that we've been putting in that hasn't gone away. A fire that's indistinguishable. You can't put it out.
I love it. What's your take on it? What's your take on it, Johnny?
I look at it like this. I was making music for a long time, and I did it without anybody's approval. I did it because I loved it. When I met Nick and we started doing music together and whatnot, and it was just something I knew that could bring out like a better part of Nick. I knew that if I could introduce him to something, like, because I like people to look at music the way I like music. I want them to be able to express themselves with a song. It would be it's awesome. So when people hated on us and stuff, it irked me, but it didn't bother me. I've grown up not like my parents. Nick has a mom that supports his music and our music, and I love her for that. If my parents, I know they support things that I do, but I can't say that they've always supported my music because they don't. It's not
for them. Yeah, that's just what it is.
So I've never had that push like from my parents or from people. I just had that.
That self-will, that self-will, that self-drive.
So, that being said, that's pretty much just pushed me to maintain and become the better rapper that I am, because I enjoy it. I want to become the best that I could be. I know I can be better than what I am yesterday.
Absolutely. Yeah, so. Hey, bro, so that's dope, man. I appreciate those answers, bro. And I mean, at the end of the day, bro, like, I feel like you got to go in knowing that that's going to come. So putting up that block, putting up that barrier, that self barrier between you two, is just like, yo, like, we in this together, bro. Like, I mean, as far as everybody else coming to shun on what y'all doing, bro, this is y'all work. This is y'all craft. This is y'all art. So, like, at the end of the day, like, that self-drive, self-will should never slow you down from anything outside of that. So that's dope, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, that post is fire, bro. I love it. And it's definitely a vibe, 100%.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. You post the same thing too, huh? Or no?
I think I shared it.
Okay, I see that. Okay, so we're going back to high def. So he think he a hooper.
Yeah.
Oh, I am a hooper.
He said I gotta go out and get what I want. Finishing with the scoop.
Oh shit!
Is my guy a hooper? What's that?
Yeah, I hoop, man. That's one of my favorite things to do.
So this is a 3-on-3 tournament.
Yeah, we went to we were down at the Q at which is known as the Rocket Theater or Rocket Mortgage Arena now, but where the Cavs play. I was in a tournament. We played with across seas players, people in the G League, and
okay. Oh, so this was live. This was competitive.
Yeah, it was definitely a competitive thing.
So Hoopers was in there.
Yeah, I didn't expect the talent that was there to be there. I can say that because I thought I was going in with I actually got asked to play in this, and I was going in with a couple of people that are season ticket holders.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, maybe it's just gonna be like your average neighborhood guys coming all together and playing. Nah, it was overseas players that are like 6'7", 6'9". I'm 6'5", but that shit's crazy, bro. When they do this professionally.
Bro, yeah, because 6'5" is the average point guard in the NBA.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm the smallest guy in the NBA right now. So you guys, I'm just like, and I started chopping it up with like G League players and stuff. it was just a good experience. I loved it.
That's dope. Hey, so tell me this, bro. How much of your like your sports background and your competitive nature, how much does that translate to like to your music, bro?
To be honest, 100%.
Facts.
It pushes me to be just I need that. If I know that I can do something and I know that I can do it better,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna make myself do it. Just like basketball, when I was
Mhm.
hooping it back in high school, I wasn't that good.
Yeah.
I tore I tore my ACL when I
Hmm.
was 20.
Ooh.
Um, Came back, didn't get the surgery for that. Worked on my leg every day. I was in the
Wait,
gym. Then
did you say you didn't get the surgery?
no, I didn't get the surgery for it.
Self heal?
Delphil.
Oh,
I was
man.
in the gym the next week with the immobilizer on. There's a video on my Instagram.
I gotta check
But I
it
was
out.
I was I was hooping, just shooting shots and stuff.
Yeah.
But that like my drive was just I got it. I can't be weak for one moment or else I'm
Mhm.
gonna rely on that weakness when it comes around again, and I didn't want that. So I keep that mindset with my music as well, and
Bro,
it
that's
pushed
dope. That puts you in another space, really.
yeah, it
You know what
does.
I'm saying? Especially coming from some sort of like competitive or like creative background, bro. Like it really goes a long way. And it's just like it makes you think like, yo, like this dude's really out here doing it for more reasons than one, you know?
Yeah, ain't nobody
So
gonna
that's
go get it for you. You just
so
gotta do
that's
it.
dope. That's dope. I see you with the little right hand finish. I ain't no proof it went in though.
Hey, I made it to the third round. I made it to the third round.
Let's go. Okay, so we're gonna go back to you, my guy. So this one right here, I'm sure y'all both can relate on this one too. So this one's actually kind of fire. This was one of your most recent posts 3 days ago. So home studio nearly set up, just waiting on a piece of gear, which we already talked about, the interface, right?
Mhm. Yep.
So obviously this means the world to y'all, like in a sense of like, when it comes to studio time, when it comes to like, having the availability for certain people and having to be able to, time everything out. Now you got everything in house. So there's really no excuse, right? So
Yep.
I think that's dope. So I just want to dive in real quick and hear y'all thoughts on that, and then I got a couple more questions on your process as well. So how's everything going with that, and how do y'all feel about it up to date right now?
About the home studio and whatnot.
Yeah, the setup, like just having that be a part of your everyday lifestyle now.
So my I work with he's the engineer for DDG. He mixes a lot of his content. I don't know if you're familiar with him. He's always on
I know
Snap
I
Chat.
know who DDG is.
Yeah, so at
Yeah.
Lil Ed Audio, he is my engineer, and I go to him, and he mixes damn near everything. He makes the entire 𝚑𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘 tape,
Dope.
Instagram contact that I had. So me and Ed just hit it off, and he was telling me, he's like, "Yo, you need to get your own home studio," and I was like, "I'm not like illiterate like with the technology, you know?"
Yeah.
And he's like, "It's really simple, like," and I kept that in mind, and then I remember I saw an article about Billie Eilish and how she won all these Grammys, but her
Mm.
studio is less than $3,000, and I'm
Oh
thinking to
yeah.
myself,
Oh yeah.
3 grand
Oh
is
yeah.
nothing in
That,
comparison. She has all these Grammy nominations with this home studio, so if she can do it, and all these other rappers can do it, so can
mm-hmm.
I. I can push out content, and my homie Phoenix, like
Absolutely.
he freestyles everything, and he showed me like, yo, like when you're dry rehearsing, it's different because you're
Mm-hmm.
not hearing yourself on a high def mic. When you finally
Mm-hmm.
get in the studio and you hear yourself, there's a learning curve. To
Mm-hmm.
cancel out that learning curve, if I have that home studio with me, I could perfect my sound, and like
Mm-hmm.
hammer and chisel at it,
Yeah.
and perfect
More
it.
repetition.
So
More
that's
repetition too. More repetition. So
and
that's kind
more consistency and content, and that's pretty much where I'm at with that.
that's dope. Hey, I love that, bro. That's 100% a vibe, bro. Like, and you just grow from there, really. I mean, don't be surprised when you wake up and you know what I'm saying. You like, damn, like, okay, this is really taking off, and just taking those extra necessary steps, man. I think is key, man, and especially bringing it home, bro. Ain't nothing better than bringing it home.
For sure.
What's your thoughts? What's your thoughts? Mr. HIGHnDEAF.
I haven't really invested in. Well, I got the computer behind the stuff, but I haven't invested in any home studio stuff. Yet. I want to. Okay. As of right now, I record at home. But the stuff that sounds good, I'll get a feel on how I want to get the flow. That's always good to have, like that playback. Then I'll go to a studio, which Lava Room. Big shout out to them because they've been mixing us since
Lava Room
2010. Yeah.
Shout out to Lava Room.
That pretty much just helps me get that flow and how I want to go, so I don't have as many mess ups when I go to the studio. Other than that, I try not to record as much at home just because it doesn't sound as good. I don't know. Yeah.
No, that's a given. That's a given, bro. Hey, let's talk about, since we're on this topic, I want to talk about what's cool is kind of what's cool and what's questioned a lot, especially like me being a consumer and me being a follower of different artists and stuff like that. One of the biggest things I like to know about is if I hear a certain song or a certain project, I'm like, yo, like this is a wave, like this is dope. What, like the process of recording, you know what I'm saying? Like, for example, 𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑, like the process, like when you go in, is it like, okay, you got a set of beats that you want to rap on already, you working directly with the producer, engineers on deck, like, are you freestyling? Are you writing? Do you got pre-writtens? Like, what is the process for you?
So I'll break it down for you. 𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑 was just, I was in a point in my life where I was putting out, like, artistically, I was putting out like really like heartbreaking type shit, shit you go through when you're dealing with, you just broke up with a girlfriend type shit. I realized that 𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑 I wanted to showcase my roots. Like, I love trap type stuff. I love like the 90s hip hop, that's why me and Johnny clicked so good. We had the same interest. But what happened was, I listened to all these different beats on YouTube because I had this idea in mind of bass. So for months, I listened to beats. I was like, this beat is the one. Like, I remember, I heard, what was it, Mewtwo last. I'm pretty sure Slime was in the arsenal for a long time too, but it was just over time I was stockpiling this ammunition, and then
shout out to your producer though.
And well, so I didn't work with one sole producer. I worked with multiple different producers, and this was all from YouTube. Just me searching up type beats, like Valley type beat or Shoreline Mafia type beat, and I would go through all the type beats, and I was like, this is the one, and I'd write to it, and I'd make progress, and I would pick at the other ones, and eventually I had all this ammunition. Went into the studio and I recorded. Johnny and I, we did like 3 songs when I was visiting back Cleveland. Like, we would sit in the car and we would listen to the beats. And I would show Johnny, like, yo, this is what's about to be on 𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑𝚑, and he'd hear that and he'd be like, yo, like, this beat's hard as hell. Like, he'd be like, yo, like, all hype, and it'd make me hype. And so I was like, get on this with me. Like, I'm having, it would help me with writing too, so less I have to write. So yeah, he got on a lot of my projects, and we did Missed Calls, Mewtwo, and another one, and yeah, that's just how we collab. We had just,
so that's the process is y'all just pretty much vibe off each other. Like, yo, like, it's like this hit, this don't hit, like this sound good, this doesn't sound good, and it's just like y'all have a mutual respect for each other when it comes to sound. So a lot of so a lot of your success comes from him, and a lot of his success comes from you. It's like it's mutual.
We complement each other's styles very much. It's actually pretty unique because I've never seen somebody bring out that fierce side of me that, like, I'm hungry to go get this shit, and I've never actually been relied on to push like such a vibe on somebody, you know what I mean? Like, at the same time, so we complement each other's styles very well. It makes it pop a little bit.
Okay.
I always said it.
No, that's dope. But just to be clear, y'all are not a group. You guys are both independent, separate artists, right? Like, but y'all collab.
Yeah, we just collab.
We've talked about making, like, So like combining HIGHnDEAF and Kasama into one group, we haven't really it hasn't come to fruition yet because I think we're just both like trying to like just push music out and establish ourselves. But
Yeah.
I think it's been in the talk that we should, like Ray Shremmerd, like, just two
Mhm.
dudes, it's like that just
Yeah.
have good chemistry. That's
Yep.
what we want to do. But first, I don't know, we're just going with the music, but it has been talked about.
Yeah. I mean, but it's dope though, because it like if you establish yourself that way and you guys are at an understanding, I feel like with Ray Sherman, for example, they had an understanding where they can collab together and they can make a whole joint project, but then they can go off solo and do solo joints. Like Migos. Same
I
thing with
always
me.
told my homie, man, if I make it, he's gonna eat regardless.
It's
And
a
if he
team.
makes it, it's the same thing. We've been in this together since day one.
It's not a team, it's a family. It's a family.
Exactly.
Thing.
Honestly.
That's fire. Okay, so I guess a lot of the creative process comes between you two, and like y'all bouncing off ideas.
It's the car, man. It's the car. I'm telling you. I tell
The
this.
car.
Listen.
Car?
I tell my homie every time. Whenever we sit there and we freestyle in the car, we make
That's
bangers.
where it's at.
We make look. MGK just released a freestyle in a car. He had a studio in a car. That's gonna be me. That's gonna be my setup at home. I don't care if it's just the show.
Go.
In the
Hey,
car.
I mess with that. Hey, bro. Hey, some of the best times are in the whip, bro.
Exactly.
Some of the best vibes, bro. I ain't even gonna cap on that one. Some of the best vibes are
anything in the car.
In the whip. Okay. Bet. Let's go. Hey, let me see what else I got. Let me see. I know this dude. This dude HIGHnDEAF. It's time to let the animal out again. It's over here. Look at the left cheek. Oh, I'm weak. Okay, so we got the Notre Dame pick. This is what's up with that?
Deep into my roots, man.
I'm in here, bro. Hey, I'm picking out what stands out.
That was fifth grade, sixth grade.
Black and white pick.
Yeah, that was fifth grade, I think. I had that was the CYO league I was in. They didn't have a basketball team for my school at the time, and it's funny, I was so into basketball, but I did not know that the Cavaliers existed until 2003.
Wow.
What?
Yeah. What? So what did you follow? Did you follow the NBA?
I used to watch the NBA Hardwood Classic games, like from back when I was born and in the 80s and stuff. But I didn't
watch the new school.
I just never heard of I wasn't really a TV watcher. I played the video games and stuff, but I was more of I was the outside kid, you know. I was one of those guys where I was like, I gotta be outside. I'm playing manhunt. I'm playing basketball. Like it was just that time
but you was back in the crib before the street lights came on. All right.
Honestly, yes, I was.
Okay.
Listen, my mom, she had one of those southern voices, and she'd come outside and yell my name, bro. And you gotta get inside, bro.
Jonathan.
And it'd be crazy too, because I'd be right next to the house, and I'd be like, "But I'm right here. You can see me. Just let me stay out."
I'm technically I'm home. Like,
yeah, I just gotta take a step.
That's fire. Okay. All right, so hey, we'll end it here. I think this is a good one to end of that. This was April 2nd. So Basstropolis drops, right? And you sitting in the studio, right? Looking like, like it's game time. Looking like you ready, right? Yeah. So this is dope because I mean Basstropolis dropped April 3rd?
April 3rd.
Just 3rd. Okay, so this was the same day. Oh, this is the day before, April 2nd. Okay. So what was so you said you was in the studio recording the last tracks. Being Here Is My Happy Place, obviously the studio. Was Johnny with you here?
Yeah, Johnny was currently with me.
Okay.
When it was taken.
So what was this moment like for y'all to be like, yo, this project's done. It's just about ready, and it has to be ready within the next 24 hours to drop. Like, what's that moment like for you, for both of you, when you're at a point where you're releasing sound that you've been working on that probably means the most to you, and blood, sweat, and tears and all that into this? Like what was really going on here?
Like it was such a weird feeling because I put out Metamorph, which is the tape before 𝚑𝚑𝚐𝚑𝚐, but this one was different. Like you could tell there was growth in it. Like there was a lot of change. Like it was all cohesive. It was all glued together and put together very well. And I don't know, like I'd never made something like that before, so it's just been a huge learning experience. But when I put it out, it was like every day I look at like Spotify analytics and I look at different other demographics and who's interacting with my music, and I can see, people like it, they like this song, they like this sound. So it's kind of just solidifying when I check that stuff, and it's like, Johnny and I are just having fun with it, and like it's pretty cool. So that's just how 𝚑𝚑𝚐𝚑𝚐 came about, and it really set the standard of how music is going to be released by me as an artist and us as a collective. It's just going to continue to get better. The sound is going to get better.
I love it.
Lyricism, everything is just going to, and that's just that's my philosophy is it has to be better than the last. It has to be,
That's fire.
And I continue to push myself and challenge myself. But
I love it, bro. So that's what that was going through your head. You was already thinking about what's next.
Yeah.
Okay. So look, okay. I love that. Great response, my guy. So, hey, HIGHnDEAF. So, okay. So HIGHnDEAF, hey, no problem. So, hey, look, HIGHnDEAF is obviously your ace, right? And
Yes,
he's on 3 of these tracks. So it's almost like a joint album, honestly.
Yes.
In the sense that there's 7 tracks. HIGHnDEAF's on 3 of them, and quote unquote from Apple Music, 2 of the best tracks. HIGHnDEAF's on both of them. Shout out to HIGHnDEAF. Big shout outs. H&D. Yo, so HIGHnDEAF. So with you being like, a big part of this project, and working with your boy, working with your family, working with your guy, like what was, I mean, I don't think you have a still picture of this drop or anything like that. But being a part of this and, working alongside with your boy, what was this moment like for you? And, kind of explain like working with your boy and in the process and everything like that, like, and you guys getting to this point of the drop being the next day.
When we got done with the album, me being like who I am, whenever I go into the studio, I'm always nervous to see what everybody thinks about my music and when I'm going in. But when I seen them vibing to the stuff and everything that we did that night, it felt good to hear the like just everything done, everything finished. It felt great to hear. Then what we usually do is we'll play it on the way home and stuff to see how it sounds, because we already got it and stuff, and it sounded good, so I knew it was gonna be fire.
Oh yeah.
When we released Metamorph, when he released Metamorph and we did that album, I wasn't as enlightened as I was. I'm gonna say it like that. I wasn't as enlightened as I was when we did 𝚑𝚑𝚐𝚑𝚐. So when we did 𝚑𝚑𝚐𝚑𝚐, I had more chambers of my brain opened up. I'll say it like that.
Yeah, no, I get it, bro. Because I had more ammunition. Yes.
Exactly. So like it felt it was amazing to get it done. Then not only that, but to get the feedback that we got from who we got it from was 110 times amazing. Because I love when people love my music. When I'm sitting there and I'm recording and I see my engineer nodding his head to what I'm making, that shit it gives me the drive. That's what gives me the fire. That's what makes me push, because people enjoy it. It doesn't have to be everybody, but somebody.
Yes.
So
yes, that's fire, bro. That's like the realest response. Like if I was looking for any response, like that was the one, bro. Because like I try to stress how important it is to have a solid team. I don't care what you do. You could be an actor, you could be a singer, songwriter, you could be a pastor. I don't care what you do, bro. It starts with your team, right? So like the fact that you express that your reaction from your team means more than any other reaction, bro, like that's probably one of the most solid responses, period, point blank. And I respect you for that, bro. So I know that was true. I love that. Hey, so hey, while we on it, bro, this is a perfect chance to transition to the next segment, bro. So like, this is the project's breakdown. So, Bashtropolis, 2020. Did I say Bass? I did say Bass. I'm hungry. Like, that's why I said that.
Yeah, bass.
Starving like Marvin. I know it's bass. But
yeah,
you know. You think of Tropolis, you think of like Metropolis. I don't know. Going fishing. I don't know. Bass.
Like Superman is from Metropolis.
We're going with bass. We're going with Bashtropolis. Okay. First and foremost, top to bottom, dope track or dope album, dope project. I respect the production on it. It seems like you guys took your time with this. So I went through it a few times, and what I did is that I did a project breakdown, right? So what I did was I went through each track, and I kind of expressed what stood out to me, whether it's a lyric, the production, whatever, cadence, whatever. Yeah. And then we just gonna get into it. You're gonna explain the process of the track, or explain the lyric, or whatever. So we're gonna start right at the top. Keep left. Keep left. Keep left. Keep left. I wish I could play it right now. We're gonna have that running in the background. Keep left. Hey, as long as we get permission from you, we'll run the album in the joint.
If you need the instrumental, whatever you need, just let me know.
We gonna have the whole joint going. Keep left. Hey. Okay. Hey, so what a hell of a time. I'm ahead of my time.
Yeah.
I'm Marty Marr with the 9 on my side. Whoa, hold on. Marty McFly.
Like from Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. Yeah. That was a line. That was a bar. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about it. Sir. Keep left. Tell me about the keep left process, how you came up with that line, and what's your creative process on this track?
So G-Bird is the person who produced Metamorph, the entire Metamorph project. And he sent me that beat. You know, I was like, G-Bird, I really want you to be a part of Bashtropolis. You know, you send me something. So he sent me that later along the lines, and you know, I had other written for Bashtropolis, but I wrote to it. And it was actually when I was visiting home in Cleveland, when I recorded everything, I actually wrote to Keep Left. And that was actually the beat name. Like, I didn't come up with Keep Left. Like, that was the name of the beat that G-Bird sent me. So I started writing to it, and it was like, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da. Like, it just sounded like something I could, like, just flow to. And I don't know, like, I'm Marty McFly. I'm ahead of my time. Like, I just wanted people to know, like, I'm ahead of my time. And the person I could think of that was ahead of his time would be Marty McFly, because he travels from the 80s to the future, so he's technically ahead of his time. So that was just like a
fire metaphor. That was a fire metaphor. I've heard a lot of Marty McFly metaphors, and that one was kind of cold. I respect you for that. Thank you. Hey, that's a dope track. I love the line. I love the production. Shouts out to your producer. Who you said his name was who?
His name is G-Bird, Gordon Bird. It's his full name.
And he worked on your last. So he worked on your last project, and you just brought him back through, and you were like, "Yo, I need you to be a part of this."
Yeah. So he produced the entire Metamorph EP. So like every beat on there was produced by G-Bird. So Bird of Prey, the next project I'm working on, is going to be entirely produced by him and engineered by his brother, because his brother is like an industry level engineer, and he wants to play with my lyrics. So I'm excited for that.
Dope. Okay, we excited for that too. I'm ready to hear that, because this just dropped. This just 2020, y'all taking over then, huh?
No doubt.
2020 is the vibe, huh? Okay. Okay. All right. So we gonna jump.
Good thing to come out is 2020.
Yeah, facts, man. We're going to get through this quarter, man. We're going to get through this quarter. We're going to get through it, man. And we're going to shine better than ever. Hey, so we're going to go to next joint, Slime. That's my slime. Yeah. So this is a feature with your ace, HIGHnDEAF HD. Let's go. Let's talk about this one. Hey, what line stood out? Okay, this way. Okay. Rules to this game, there's laws to this. don't play Nintendo, but they all seem to switch though.
Switch.
Okay. So they switching like Nintendo, the handheld joint.
Yes,
Okay.
thank you. I'm glad you got that. I like that part.
That's easy. That it stood out.
Yeah.
That was If you don't get that, you got to get your life together. I don't know. Hey, so this is Slime. This number 2 on the track. According to Apple Music, this is a starred track. I don't know if y'all ever look at y'all sound or your projects on Apple.
Yet.
So I don't know if this is like based off streams or whatever, or whatever the case is, but it's definitely number 2. It's your number 1 behind No Photos on Apple.
Ooh.
So we got to push Slime. We got to push this. We got to get that to number 1. When I click on your joint, like Slime should be the first thing to pop up.
Yeah. No Photos.
You know why? Because you work this joint with your brother. Hey, let's talk about that. Talk about that process and how y'all even came up with this. Slime. Obviously, that's code for best friend, brother, family, like all that.
Yeah, everybody, that's what the purpose of Slime was. But so Slime was one of those songs that I was originally just going in and doing by myself. See, that's my slime. Yeah, I was writing to that, and I was like, yeah, like I'm missing something. So when I came back to Cleveland, I had I had an extra verse, so I was like, Johnny. Actually, I wasn't like Johnny. I just played the beat for him. He's like, he put his hand over his mouth. He did his little chuckle that he does, and he's like, "Bro, this is hard." I was like, "Do you want to get on it?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he's like, Johnny had a bunch of pre-writtens. Johnny had a bunch of pre-writtens, and like he was going through the ones that like sounded good, and he's like, "Bro, like check this out." And he rapped it, and I was like, honestly, that like goes together super good. So we ended up doing Slime, and it was pretty much done at that point in time because Johnny just had the written for it already. So it was like, all right, let's go on to the next one. And that's why we had so many.
What was your reaction? So what's your side of the story, Johnny?
When he showed me Slime, it definitely stuck out because I for one fuck with the instrumental, the flutes in the background and stuff stuck out to me. Pop. So I was like, I know I got something for this. I always pre-write. I'll sit on my computer for hours and just write to like beats that are not the same, but you can be very versatile with them. And I had something written for it, and I was like, man, this is it. This is the verse that I can use for this. And as soon as I wrapped it out in this car, like I said, it's always in the car. We were sitting in the car, and I was just
see. Hey, trust his process, bro.
Yes.
Hey, trust his process. When you in the whip with Johnny, you got to be like, yo, hey, I got a beat, I got an instrumental. Like, you got to trust his process because this man means
anything else is uncivilized.
Anything else, he's a wild animal.
Uncivilized.
That guy's a wild animal.
Yeah,
I believe it. I got to catch one with you, bro. I got to catch one with both of y'all. We got to catch five. Sure. After all this settles down, bro, hey, we're going to get up.
Oh, that'd be lit.
Have to, bro.
Absolutely. Okay, yo, so look, we're going to get into the next one. FR. For y'all don't know, that means for real. For real. For real.
For real.
So for real, you was in your bag on this one. For real.
Hold on, let me just say, before you start.
I'm in my bag. That's Louis Vuitton, though. Come on, bro.
I was so mad that you did not let me get on this instrumental, man.
I played it for him. I was like, I'm sorry, I can't.
Hey, bro, there was so much going on in this joint. I couldn't even like pick out like what I thought was like the highlights. So I was just like, yo, the dude's in his bag. He's in his bag. That's Louis Vuitton, though. Like, you really snapped on this one, bro. I was like, okay, I mess with it. Hey, I'm not here for subliminals, but lace it up if the shoe fits. Like, what's happening? Okay. So where were you at when you made this one, bro? Were you just like, yo, like, were you just thinking about like was it the comments? Was it the hate? Was it the like the whole process of like getting to where you at now? Like, what pushed you to like really spaz on this one?
You know, the funny thing is the beat that really truly inspires me. So when I heard pianos are amongst my favorite instruments, that and flutes. But pianos, when I heard dun, 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 I was like, this sounds like I'm Jason with the butcher knife. And I'm just like,
Nah,
you
you
know,
David.
like I just wanted to
You
like
David. Nah, you David Blaine with the knife.
David Blaine. Well, David Blaine with the mic, you know, because you know David Blaine does like crazy stuff. So I wanted to, you know, like once I started to get the ball rolling for this one, it was just kind of like it was back, and you know, it was just getting bigger and bigger. I was like, this is hard. So
Yo,
honestly, man, like yeah, it's the beat for real.
They need to get the lyrics on your Apple, bro. They don't got the lyric joint.
Yeah,
You got to
I
send them
can
like
put
the
the
official lyrics.
yeah. I'm gonna send him the official lyric. I just didn't do it.
Cause
Honestly,
you be spazzing sometimes, and I'm like, yo, like, hold on, I gotta run this back. I gotta play it back a few times to catch like what he really saying. Cause you be really like getting in your bag sometimes. Which
here's the thing is like Lil Wayne really, really inspired me like growing up. Like I was just blown away by his punchlines and his wordplay. I'm like, that's so like it's so ingenious to the point where I go back to his music now. And it has so much replay value that I'm catching stuff I didn't catch out of the hundreds of other times I listened to them. So that's what I wanted to emulate is you can listen to a Kasama song and catch something you didn't hear the very first time. You can continue to replay it, be like, oh, I get it. You know, that's what makes the song valuable.
You corrected me on over here, so I know. I was like, damn, what is he saying? Is he saying knife, Mike? What is he? But it sounds cold because he said David Blaine before. So, like, I mean, it's fire.
yeah. Sure, bro.
Yeah, hey, shout out to Wayne for the drought. Come on, man.
Hey,
shout out Wayne.
All the mixtapes that Wayne made are fire.
All the mixtape, bro. Hey, they better wake up.
Wayne mixtapes got me through high school.
Got us through
no ceilings.
Got no ceilings, bro. No ceilings, all that, bro. Shout out. Hey, okay, so we'll get to the next one. Missed calls.
Hey, that was my favorite, bro. That was my favorite one.
Come on, let's talk about that one. Because y'all work together on it, man. So this is a collab.
The crazy part is Johnny. So I was at his crib when we found the beat for Missed Calls. It was produced by Raw Bone. Or no, actually, it wasn't produced by Raw. I don't know who it was produced by.
It's Raw
Maybe
Bone.
Raw Bone.
It is
Raw Bone. Okay, so it's produced by him, but Johnny stumbled across his beat, and here's how I always dealt with ownership. If you found the beat, you are entitled to do whatever you want with it. And I told Johnny, I was like, I really like this beat, bro. Can I please put it on Basstropolis? And he's like, yeah. He's like, no problem. Like, go ahead. Like, you could use it. And so, you know, I wrote the hook at his place, and then I finished it at my house. And I was like, yo, it's gonna be hard. And so, yeah, that was my take on Missed Calls. You know, that's what happened.
I love it. Fire, bro. Hey, bro, y'all need to keep collabing, bro, because y'all making magic, bro. I love it, bro. And it's authentic too. And it's authentic, it's organic, it's genuine. Like I feel like
GMOs.
That's what I'm saying. No additives, no preservatives. Like, hey, straight from Sprouts.
Yeah,
for sure.
The organic section.
Yeah.
What's your take on that, Johnny? You on the feature? So like, I mean, you said it's your favorite. Why?
It's just so mean sounding, man. I just felt like I could attack that beat. We found that beat. It was probably a day or two before we had to record. We found that beat, and I was like,
yeah,
I want to write to this right now. And then he asked me if he could use it on the track, and I was like, yeah, of course. Like I don't care. Like if he's gonna get the clout that he gets for it, then that's like I said, that's my team. He eats. We all eat. So I was excited that he put it on there. I enjoyed doing that track a lot because the beat, it was just like attack.
So nasty.
It's crazy. Yeah. Man, like I was saying, the production y'all got on here, bro, I'm messing with it. I want to hear more. Shout out who?
Shout out Lil Ed Music, Lil Ed Audio.
Turn up.
EDG's engineer, so he engineers all my stuff. I mean, he's mixed for other huge artists as well, but he mixes everything on analog equipment, which means it's not digital. It's like actual like physical hardware that he's putting using reverb with, and so on and so forth. So it's gives you this great sound.
Some little lo-fi in there, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, I mess with it. Okay, we off to the next joint. I'm
Yeah.
loving this. I'm liking this breakdown. Hey, tailor made. So David Blaine with the can knife or with the can Mike, you said, not the
Yeah.
knife,
Yeah.
Mike. Okay. I'm like Charlemagne, but can white.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wonder how I do it. Keeps you up
You
at
up.
night.
Yeah.
I got y'all stressed. You got them stressed?
I want to hear
Yeah,
about the
like-
Charlemagne line.
Yeah, I want to hear like,
Charlemagne. Charlemagne. So I love their interview. I love the Breakfast Club, and I've always watched like the Tekashi 6ix9ine one and all the ones prior to, with Nipsey Hussle. You know, the Breakfast Club has just solid interviews, but Charlemagne is just he's notorious for just kind of being a dick, you know, an ass, you know, the best verbiage I could put it in. So I'm like Charlemagne, but I'm white. Like, you know, I'll keep it real. So that was my thing within David Blaine, just like, yeah, David Blaine's like crazy, like with his magic trick. So that's like, I'm David Blaine just with a microphone.
I like that one. Okay. So I was messing with that. And the beat crazy and you went off on it from top to bottom.
Yeah,
you didn't even have a hook on this joint? Huh.
No, that beat is produced by Little. I had a few words with him. I'm using more of his beats for.
Hey, what was this cut that you did on here? You said Cleveland Steamin' got the mean demeanor. Rap is cheesy, Little Caesar. He said, cut down the liquor. I'm sipping Aquafina. Ballerina looking like Selena. Ooh.
Yeah,
did you say
bad
ballerina?
Latina. Bad Latina.
Bro, I swear to God, I was like, yo, did he say ballerina? Bad Latina? Like, but I knew he was talking about a bad chick that was Latina that looked like Selena. And that's all that mattered to me.
Yeah.
Yes. He spazzed on that track.
You spaz. You even had to say it again. You had to like, yo, like I want y'all to hear this.
Yeah, and well, the funny thing was like that wasn't like my engineer didn't do that. I was like, but bad Latina looking like Selena, like I did the stutters on my own.
Oh, you did? Oh, so he didn't chop that. You did that.
No, he did. I did that in studio. He didn't cut it.
Okay, that was fire. I was like, I need to ask him
Latina,
about
look. Well, like Lil Wayne does that stuff all the time. So like while I'm rapping, I'll like do the studio cuts with my voice. But bad Latina looking like you know, like I'll do stuff like that, you know. Some like stutters or you know, I visualized it how it would sound, and so that's what I did in the studio, and that's how I wrote it, you know, in my head.
You turned up on that one, my guy. Definitely turned up on. Yo, so we're gonna get into the next one real quick. My Type was that inspired by Sweetie? The My Type joint, was that like male version?
No, it was just honestly, I wrote the hook to that song, and that's just kind of what stuck with. I couldn't figure out another hook that would go better with it. I honestly wish I took more time with My Type, but that just honestly, because it's like as far as statistics go, it's the lowest ranking song. So it like I like looking at stuff like that and at numbers like that because it really makes me analyze what I'm doing and stuff, you know, stuff in that demeanor. But
and that also helps with song selection too. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
There's some songs that you push out and that should have been there. It's just like it can come down to like the last 2 or 3 or 4 songs, and it's just like, yo, okay, I'm gonna go with this one. But really, you should probably pick the other one. But like, so that song selection process is, I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's cool in the sense that like it's necessary, but like, these type of times help you figure that out.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was. I mean, I had, like I said, I had the hook in mind already, and it was a pretty decent track. But I feel like I could have delivered it better. And I feel like I could have delivered Missed Calls a lot better as well. But, you know, everything is a learning process. And now that's just like, I feel almost sometimes rushed in a studio setting because I'm paying $50 to $65 an hour just to record there. So it's like, now that I get this home studio set up, I could go as slow as, you know,
now you
have intercourse.
You can dive into the process.
I could, you know, go as slow as I want. I don't got pay anything or anybody, you know. So it's like dope. Now the music that comes out is going to be a lot more refined, a lot more okay, you know. That's
absolutely okay. Turn up. I'm getting on the next project, by the way.
Oh, sure, let's go.
I'm on there. Hey, I'm on there. I don't think y'all know, bro. Hey, I can hit the
I
ad
got you.
libs. I can do the ad libs. I can hit the
Hey.
vocals, whatever you need, bro. I will supply
Yeah.
some sort of sound to the sound. My guy,
Please, I got you, bro.
don't sleep on me, bro. Don't sleep on me. I'm in gear.
I'm not gonna sleep on you.
See your piece. Drop one finger. Okay.
Yeah.
That line. What y'all know about that line? Catch
Ah.
3. Zoom. Go on. See your piece. Drop one finger. Come on.
Hey.
Ooh.
That's out. Come on, man.
Bars like Alcatraz, bro.
Let's talk about it.
I love
Okay,
it.
yo. So we're in the last one. We talked about this one, obviously. This the highlight track to the album. Y'all saved it to the best for last. This is some. This is some. You can cruise to. You know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying money. This is y'all call them. I call them money bags, but y'all call them tired eyes type flow. Let's talk about it. Let's
I
talk
love
about
that.
this. This
Glad
is
you caught that.
come on, man. That's easy. So hey,
Yeah, thank you.
you on here with your guy again. H&D.
Uh-huh.
I like HIGhnDEAF, like high def, like HD.
Yeah.
I like
Yeah, we were just talking about that.
high definition flow.
Yeah, HD baby. That's
With
fucking.
little-
That's
with little-
sick.
with a little 4K. So let's talk about this one, man. So this is Me Too or Mewtwo. For those that don't know, this is what the 151 Pokemon, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm just making sure because it's been a minute since I had the Game Boy joint with the.
I used to have the Pokédex, man.
Hey, I used to collect the joints. No, I had the whole
Yeah.
in a 3-ring binder, bro. I had them. I think my mom actually has the joint in storage.
They're worth some money.
I put all my friends on it. Back in the day, I used to get detention, and the teacher would lead the class. All the cards that she took from the kids during the day, mine.
Man, come on, bro. Hey, I used to have my mom buy the little packs at I don't even know where back
Walmart and stuff back in the day.
Kmart's and Targets, and I used to get little packs, and I used to just look for the holographics.
Yeah.
Those were the good old days. Those were the good old days. Hey, so let's talk about this one, man. So this is obviously, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but this is the highlight track.
Yeah, it's definitely one of the highlight tracks for sure.
Just in the sense of like, yo, like we got through the album, we got through the project, like it's me and you. Me and you.
Mewtwo was something that Johnny and I stumbled across like last minute type of ordeal. And I wrote Mewtwo within it was like a day and a half. I wrote everything I needed to write to Mewtwo, and same with Johnny. Johnny, I think I already had it written or was writing to it or had lyrics for it, but we were like, whenever we link, it's crazy because we just produce this mass body of music every time. Like, and him and I just have this chemistry where it's like we just create and it just comes so easy to us. So whenever I'm home, I see Johnny probably maybe once or twice a year if I'm lucky. So like when we link, like we really make the most of our time, because of the military and whatnot. I don't know. Things would probably be different if I lived in Ohio. Like him and I would probably be a group by now because he's my best friend. We chill every day. But like Mewtwo, I wrote the hook to it and I went home and I finished it and that was pretty much it.
Okay. So Johnny, what's your take on this track? What was your process on this?
I like the beat a lot. I went in there like. I know I sounded like the Migos a little bit.
Hey, you in though, bro. I messed with you, bro. It was a vibe. Hey, bro, you got to be inspired at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
Always, yeah.
Whoever it is, whatever it is, like inspiration goes a long way. And I think a lot of people try to shy away from it because it's one of those things where it's like the stealing aspect or the copyright aspect. Like, bro, like you're inspired. Cool. We'll live with it.
Like I said earlier, just because like somebody doesn't like it doesn't mean somebody else won't. Like will.
Oh yeah.
I go in. Mewtwo was one of those tracks where like we were sitting there and I had just day before wrote the whole verse that I did, and it just when stuff comes to you, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be
Yeah.
fire. When you're sitting in there, and I'm like, you can tell by the pictures that were taken by us and everything. The smiles that I got on my face, that's not from me like putting on a front. That's
Just
my happy
posing.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Facts.
that's my happy place. So when we got this album done, and Mewtwo was one of the last ones that we recorded, it just felt great. It was just more collab work that me and him had done, and I told him, I was like, listen, man, we could be doing this every day, pushing out. We pushed, to be completely honest, we pushed out an album or an EP or LP in a week's time. That's impressive to me.
Very impressive. Oh, that's very impressive, bro.
And that's every time he comes home too. It's not like I have issues working with him. I could just get right down to business, and
I need to link up. I need to link up. Like link up. Like like I'm in the next room over. Like
exactly.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, we've been working on that. On that.
Hey,
we'll see where the future takes us, but
facts. I love that though, man. Hey, man. I appreciate that, man, and y'all running through that, man, and y'all talking about it, bro. Cause like having y'all both on here, you know what I'm saying? It put me in a sense of like, what I actually go through myself. You know what I'm saying? And working with people that aren't necessarily family by blood, but family by kinship and like friendship. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like I think a lot of people get away from that. And like once you find that, bro, it's true. So like what y'all got going on right here, bro, I appreciate that to the max. And I can't wait to see what's next. Y'all take y'all time with it, you know what I'm saying? The project was fire, the collabs are great. You know what I'm saying? The production was amazing. Are y'all doing any drops for music videos, any of that in the future, or what's up with that?
We haven't talked too much into detail about music videos, but what I want is I want to get a cinematographer out here, and I want Johnny to be out here in Arizona, and I want to definitely do probably more than likely Slime or Missed Calls, or any other body of work that him and I worked on together, but more than likely something off of Basstropolis or Bird of Prey or whatever project that Johnny and I collab on next. But we definitely will have some music videos on the way. But for now, with the quarantine going on, we're just kind of using this time. Yeah, we're limited, and we're using it to our advantage, just to kind of stack ammunition, if you will, and then when the time is right, just plaster everybody with like they're gonna be like, oh my god, there's so much to digest. It's like I love it. So yeah,
they're gonna be looking like Denzel from Training Day.
Hey,
yeah, with the cigarette in his mouth,
stuck in the jungles. Oh man, that's dope, bro. Hey, I want to get into this very last segment. I appreciate y'all giving me the breakdown on the album. Super cool. I think it's super dope. It gives me an opportunity to learn more. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Just dope. So this segment here, bro. So this is a little segment I like to put together for, obviously you guys are from Cleveland, right? So like putting on for the city, right? So what I do is it's called sound off. So you pretty much kind of sound off real quick in a quick little one line descriptive, insight on these artists that are from Cleveland, that put on for Cleveland. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So to just give you an example, I'll just start right at the top. I'm gonna just shoot for the top just because it's easy. I'm gonna make it easy for you. So for example, Kid Cudi. So these are people that are from Cleveland, Ohio, or Ohio, the state. So what is this artist? What's his impact to the city, and what does he mean to you?
So you want both of our explanations?
Both. You first.
Right, so for me, Kid Cudi, and many people from Ohio will relate, is just like you felt like you were like just floating in space. Like it just Kid Cudi just had this like way to touch your soul, and he was just locally known. He was locally famous in Ohio, and he just once Day and Night dropped, he just kind of blew up. He didn't get huge like all these like the Baby, and like he's not like everyone knows who Kid Cudi is, but
yeah, everybody.
I think that he kind of took a hiatus on like smoking weed and all that, but you know, Kid Cudi was just a huge part. If you grew up like if you were born in '93 or around the '90s and you grew up with Kid Cudi, like it was just somebody, especially in Ohio, it was just somebody that's like you just felt connected to his music because it was so authentic. So that's my take on Kid Cudi.
I love Kid Cudi. Man on the Moon, Day and Night, A Kid Named Cudi, complete vibe, bro. Complete vibe.
Man on the Moon. Yeah.
Period. What's your take? What's your take?
I thought Kid Cudi. Kid Cudi used to be one of my favorites. Well, he still is. When Day and Night came out, I liked that a lot. It was he actually, I'm not gonna lie, he was like my entrance to I'm gonna be a big stoner for a little bit, kind of.
Oh yeah. 100%.
He did take a hiatus, but he wasn't doing or smoking weed anymore. He was doing like LSD and dropping acid and shit. And he signed to Kanye's label, and I love Kanye West. I love all Kanye West songs. Don't get me wrong, he's crazy right now, but
you respect his art. You respect his art.
I'll tell you like this. When someone asked me like why I like music and why I never give bad criticism on music. Music is music to me. Kid Cudi's music inspired me to do a lot with like it's just a more mellowed out vibe that I get from him. So he and then when he went on his little hiatus, he's more it's just a far out there vibe that I get from him, but I love it. I love the vibe that I get from him because I could just sit back there and just relax to his songs and stuff. Like, Heart of a Lion, like Man of the Moon. I love the Soundtrack to My Life was one of my favorite songs. His song spoke to me in ways that because it was relatable.
And he definitely put on for the city too.
Yeah, he did. He was one of out of all the artists that have came out of Cleveland, Kid Cudi has been the artist to put on the city. Going back to my age,
So what about Machine Gun Kelly?
Well, I can tell you, I fuck with Machine Gun Kelly, but he's not from Cleveland.
Where is he from?
Shaker Heights.
He's not even from Shaker Heights. He's from.
But is that Ohio though? It's Ohio though, right?
No, it's Ohio, but he's not from Shaker Heights either. He's from one of the Carolinas.
Damn, that's what.
Oh, really? He was born somewhere else?
Yeah,
Wikipedia says the first one that you said. What was the one you said? Shaker Heights.
Yeah, he's from Shaker Heights. Yeah, Shaker Heights.
I think he moved to Cleveland. He lived in Shaker Heights and he moved to Cleveland. I don't know where he moved prior to that, but here's the thing about MGK.
Military, baby.
Damn. So if you're not from Cleveland, you're not putting on for the.
No, not exactly. He put on for the city. He's from Houston, Texas. He definitely Colson or MGK. He's from Houston.
Oh, okay. When he out of the picture.
Yeah. He grew up here though. I'm not gonna lie. He I don't know what age he came here, but he puts on for Cleveland. I'll tell you that right now. He rides and dies.
Yeah. That's cool. You can't knock him for that.
No, a lot of people hate on him for that, and I get
it's a second home.
I get compared to MGK because I have a lot of tattoos, and exactly. So
it's where he claims. It's what he claims. You know, he claims Cleveland is his home. You know. So.
Hey, but you from Cleveland, though.
Exactly.
Yeah, we were born. I was born at Deacon's Hospital in Cleveland.
People used to call me MGK all the time. That's my response. I'm like, yeah, but I'm born here. I'm a born native.
I'm native.
He's an accepted
person
from the outside. But no,
shout out MGK though.
Shout out MGK, man. He represents the second home.
He's doing his thing, man.
It's like that sometimes. Okay, King Chip.
Oh, let's go, Chip the Ripper.
Chip the Ripper.
You mean?
Let's go, King Chip the Ripper. Yeah, same.
Chip the Rip.
The first time I heard Chip the Ripper, I was in 6th grade, man, and that's when Al Fats came out. I was so hyped.
Grade. Catch the Beat was my god.
Catch the Beat was nasty. It was one of those simple beats that anybody could get on, and he just did his thing.
Amazing.
Bro, King.
He endorsed DC so much,
and he was like super animated too.
Yeah,
remember.
Yeah.
and then he collabed with Kid Cudi on "This What I Am." I was
Yeah.
waiting for them to. Well,
Yeah.
they collabed before, but I was
Beautiful.
waiting for them to get that big
Uh-huh.
collab. And when they collabed, that was just
Bro, so
good.
I was running through like Cleveland artists, like Ohio state artists. Like there's a lot going on that like people are like you kind of like lose sight on because you
A
just
lot.
like follow the artist and it's like you really it kind of goes unmissed. So like when I was running through this, I was like, yo, like he's from Cleveland, he's from Ohio, like whoa. So like the Ray Cashes, the Kip Stones, the Curly Chucks, the Bone Thugs and Harmony, John Legend.
The baby.
Yeah.
The baby's from
The
Cleveland.
babe, yeah. He was born
Oh.
raised in North Carolina.
He reps
John,
Carolina, though.
bro,
Legend, yeah,
John Legend. I don't know if y'all know far as back. I mean, I only know this far back because of my parents, but like the Daz band, Joel Levert,
I heard.
Marilyn Manson, 9 Inch Nails,
Yeah, man, we got a
The-
lot of talent here. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, baby.
the Black Keys,
Yeah.
Yeah, we got
the
a lot of
Isley
musical
Brothers,
talent.
the Isley Brothers,
Uh-huh.
21 Pilots.
Hey, yeah, they
Uh-huh.
are. Shout out to
Like, bro, there's a lot, bro, and it's weird because like I feel like we get so caught up in like the big cities. Like I'm from a big city and everything like that, but like I listen to a lot of sound and I consume a lot of sound and like I'm a fan of it. And they could be from the smallest cities in Kentucky or you know what I'm saying? Or like who's popping right now? Jack Harlow. My guy's from
Hey,
Louisville. Louisville.
big
Kentucky.
shout out
Guys
Jack
from
Harlow.
Louisville. A lot of people don't know like
Louisville.
he's been booming though like and like it's
Yeah,
dope
yeah.
because you got guys like Bryson Tiller that's also from Louisville too, right? Where like Bryson's been putting on since 2000 what 13 2012 and
Yeah.
like a lot of people don't know is that like he actually co-signed and jumped on a track with this dude and like now everybody's all surprised now that he got a he got a top 40 banger, he got a Billboard banger. But it's just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's crazy, man. Like there's a lot of things going on, man. And that's why like I love creating this platform to bring people on, man, because a lot of things just get, like I said, overlooked, bro.
Yeah,
Period.
you missed a lot of people missed a lot of things, and that's all it takes. One thing to get noticed, man.
Until it pops off. Until it pops off.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like forget about it until it pops off. Let's talk about the before. The dudes are these dudes are they always been dope. They've always been able to spit. They've always been able to, rap. It's always been a passion. But like people don't care about it during those times. They only care about it when it's on the Billboard joint. So man, that's it, man. That's really it, bro. Like I appreciate y'all going through this with me, sitting down with me, collabing with me.
Pleasure, man.
Talking about your
love
story.
it, bro.
Hey man, hey.
Love it.
Hey, bro, this is it don't end here though. This ain't
Oh, hell no.
This is just the first.
It's a start, bro. I
I
appreciate
need
it.
more
I love
to
it.
come.
Hey, time out. So we're gonna start with HIGhnDEAF. Where can the people find you, bro?
Oh, they can find me on YouTube. You can find me at HIGHnDEAF on YouTube or on SoundCloud. I'm not on any major streaming platforms right now, but anything that I work with Ksama. Anything with Ksama, you can find me on iTunes, Spotify. But
It's
YouTube and
HIGhnDEAF.
SoundCloud. Yeah,
It's
HIGHnDEAF.
HI.
Yep. Capital HIGH, lowercase n, capital DEAF.
Okay, perfect. Okay, my guy. Hold on, I'm really gonna. I have to get it right here. I have to get it
Ksama.
right. Ksama.
Like
Ksama.
it's like a kiss and the nama. Kisama.
Bro, you really gonna get people with that one, man. You got me. Ksama.
Hey.
Yeah.
Where could the people find you, my dude?
You can damn near find me anywhere. I'm on Spotify, SoundCloud, every other major streaming platform you can find me at. But if you want to go to SoundCloud, I'm going to be at soundcloud.com/cle_nasty, CLE_nasty. that's pretty much my username for everything. But if you just want to look me up on Apple or Spotify, just search up Kasama, and the S is a $. And then also shout out to G-Bird, shout out to Phoenix Vibes, that's the homie.
Yep.
Shout out to HIGHnDEAF, shout out to Hollywood, and
let's go, Hollywood Hagen,
baby.
Let's
go.
My
boy. Hey, hold on. Let me give one more shout out to my boy Sam Osborne working at Lava Room and putting up with our shit since we started this. That's my guy.
Yeah.
Sam.
Shout out
Uncle
to
Sam.
Tiny Chat.
Hey, Semper, my boy.
Hey, we out here, bro. It's all a team, bro. It's all a team. Hey, shout out to my boy Iman. Lucky Docket.
Yeah.
Shout out. Hey, we out here grinding. We out here trying to stay busy during this time, bro. And I would ask what's next, but I mean, obviously that's hard to say. But I guess I could ask what y'all doing right now to just stay with like that creative mind. Like, what are y'all doing that's maybe different than what you were doing before all this?
Like I said, I'm just working on Bird of Prey. G-Bird has sent me a handful of beats, and he's about to send me a whole pack of beats soon in the next week, and I'm about to add that to Bass Trap List, subtract, what sounds good and what doesn't. Okay. And like I said, Johnny and I are gonna collab on a West Coast type tape as well. I don't know when that'll be out. Honestly, I'm trying to surprise everybody with just tapes and singles at a time, but that's just kind of what's going on and what's in my head and what we're putting into reality. But that's just going on with me.
I love that. What about you? HIGHnDEAF.
I got a project I'm working on. It's called False Sense of Trust. I don't know when the release date is, but it's good. It's exciting for me to work on. I've been working on it every day. Coming home, putting in the work and whatnot. So I just
Is that a little EP or is that a full project?
It'll be a little EP. It'll be a couple songs. But after that, I think it's gonna be that. Then our little joint collab album that we do, and
y'all gotta work together.
Always.
Absolutely. Always.
Well, shit, man. That was another episode, man. Hollywood Hagen. I was here with my boy Kasama, HIGHnDEAF. My guys, my boys, my new homies. We turning up over here. I don't know what y'all doing, but we going up, baby. Hey,
we going up.
Hey, look at him.
Hollywood Hagen.
And we out. And we out.
Yeah.